What is up, YouTube? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's the 14th. If you're watching this in the morning, you haven't gotten yourself something special, you better go. You better go check it right now, because let me tell you, the stores are very thin, very thin. I'm actually in luck this year. I actually pre-shopped. Who'd have thought, right? I'm like ahead of the game when it comes to the whole Valentine's Day thing. I wanted to thank you guys very much for coming to the channel. On Valentine's Day, I got to profess my love for you guys. I mean, you guys are just great. You actually listen to me. Aw, listen. Maybe you're just interested in Ford. Maybe you're just secretly using me. Nah, I don't know. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. Like I said, today is Valentine's Day. It's the 14th. And I wanted to give you guys some update as to what's going on with Ford. And I wanted to tell you that I've chosen a new vehicle. Now, before I tell you what the new vehicle is, can you guess? I'll give you a hint. It's got a sunroof. Oh, it's got a sunroof. Did anybody see me shift a gear? I don't know. There's a bigger hint than that. You just got to be perceptive here. So anyways, I talked with my Ford rep, Angela Buchanan, on Monday. No, I didn't. I take that back. I left her messages on Monday to call me back. Ford RAV is just, I swear, do you know what I think it is? I think it's a room with like 10 people in it are sitting around the outside of the room, literally, like with just stacks and stacks and stacks of papers everywhere. Because every time I call my case manager, and I've probably talked to her 15 times at this point, she asks me, Mr. Cook, do you want a refund or a replacement? And part of that probably has to do with the website. So the Ford RAV, once they agree to buy your vehicle back, what will end up happening is you're gonna get access to a website that basically allows you to check the process. Problem is, the website is not utilized at all. Like, the people there just don't utilize the website. So it's very frustrating when you go to the website, you're trying to check status. The reason I wanted to give you guys an update today is because she told me I should hear something today. It's actually been 11 business days since she has submitted the claim for my worksheet. Now remember, the worksheet is what I need to determine what I'm gonna get back versus my car and everything. Now, I had a fairly interesting conversation with her last week regarding the turn-in process. And here's what I mean by that. The turn-in process, what they're gonna do is they're gonna cut a check to the dealer. I turn in my rental, because remember, I don't have my car right now. I turn in my rental. The dealer cuts me a check right there that Ford RAV has sent them. And then RAV will mail a check to my lender. Well, that's great, except I'm out of a car when that happens. I already have a bank. I have a loan financed with Golden One, and Golden One is not gonna let me buy another car if I still have a car loan out with them, regardless of the lemon law process. So there's a moment I could be without a car. That's not gonna work. I gotta take my kids to school. I gotta get to work. It's freaking dumping rain. I can't ride my motorcycle. Like, I need a vehicle. And when I told her this, she goes, Mr. Cook, you're exactly right. I'm gonna go ahead and activate your $1,500 rebate for Ford right now so that you can actually get another Ford vehicle. And you know what? I was like, don't bother, Angela. I don't want another Ford vehicle. I don't. Because after doing a lot of just research and stuff, like what I want, my number one thing that I really want out of a car, above everything else, color, four-door, sporty, 5-speed, all of those things I really wanted. But my number one thing I wanted was reliability. Throughout this whole thing, it's made me very much realize that I am dependent on a car. I am. And I think, at least where I live, public transportation is just not an option. With my kids and stuff, it's just not even an option to do that either. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do in this particular category? So I went car shopping, and as you know, I've been driving a lot of different cars. I drove like the WRX, I drove the STI, I drove a Type R, I drove all kinds of things. And ultimately, what I did was I was looking at an Accord. I was looking at a 5-speed Accord. It was cool, 2.0 turbo, nice car, big car, nice for my family. It just wasn't sporty at all. So I was at the Honda dealership, and I asked the guy, hey, do you happen to have a 4-door Civic Si floating around your lot? And he goes, I have one, but I don't know if it's here on the lot. And I said, if you had one, why would it not be on the lot? Roseville Honda, the guy who sold it to me, Peter, I have my own complaints against him. I mean, he was okay with it, but the process to buy the car was just difficult. But I'll just give you guys an idea. I bought a 2019 Civic Si 4-door. It's modern steel, so it's like a bullet gray color. It's a sick car. It is super sick. I know it's only got 205 horsepower and about 195 foot-pounds of torque. And I know you guys are probably going to clown me for that because you're like, man, you wanted like a Halo car. You wanted an S4, you wanted a Golf R or something like that. And I did. However, there were certain things that leaned me over to the Civic. Number one was the way that the shifter is. This is a phenomenal transmission. Phenomenal. And what I mean by that is it's smooth. It's slick shifting. The throws are short. My hand falls right on the shifter. The shifter is actually really, really good. I really dig it. I couldn't say that about the WRX, and I couldn't say that about the STI or even the Golfs because the shifters just weren't that good. Another thing is that this car, I feel connected the whole time I'm driving. Like, there's bumps but there's a lot of feedback through the steering wheel. And I guess the only way to say it is that the car is more engaging. It's more, like I said, I don't know. It's more engaging. It doesn't feel like there's so much electronics between me and the ground, if that makes sense. I don't know. Another big thing is that, one, it's a Honda and it's got a lot of reliability behind it, you know? It's something that is very important to me, and the Honda name brings a lot of reliability. Now, the caveat to that, and what I've seen a lot of the times, is people go, well, yeah, it's reliable, except for the fact that the motor hasn't been out in a long time. This 0.5 liter turbocharged direct injected motor made it
red light camera reported ahead.
Made it to a 6-speed and with a proper mechanical LSD. That's super cool. Let me tell you what else this car has. This car has adaptive dampeners. So adaptive dampeners, a proper mechanical LSD, turbo, and it's a 6-speed, and the car was $24,000. That is insane to me. That is so good. The GTI did not have active dampeners on it. It did have a 6-speed, but and it does have more horsepower, except it was a little small. The Civic actually has the most interior room in its class, which is really important to me. And Volkswagen's just not super reliable. You know, you don't say Volkswagen and think reliable. You say Honda and you think reliable. So that's why I kept on the Honda side of things. Why else did I buy the Civic? Well, I'm going to tell you price. So here's the deal. I had an opportunity to buy a Type R. I did. I had an opportunity to buy a white one. It's $5,000 over sticker, which I still think is freaking ludicrous. But the dealership, Roseville Honda, AutoNation Honda, actually, they did a $5,000 dealer markup, but then they also did like $4,400 in accessories, which are so bullshit. I hate it when a dealer gives you accessories that you can't take off. Like, the number one thing that I hate is the dealer tracking. You can check if you see this, if you have this on your car, and you might, because a lot of dealers just add it. Basically what it is, it's a sticker that they put on door panels and doors and stuff that has a number on it. They might call it laser etching. It's so fake. It's a sticker that has a barcode on it, and that barcode is tied to your car. The idea behind it is that if your car is ever stolen and they find your door, they'll be able to go, oh, this door is connected to this car. Well, that's cool, except for the fact I have full covered insurance on all my cars. If it gets stolen, I don't really give a crap. So who cares if they find my door? You know, why am I going to pay an extra $300 for laser etching? It's just so stupid to me. And AutoNation Honda in Roseville does this. They gave you that. They give you wheel locks. Like, I don't want your $150 wheel locks. I have Honda rims. They force you to buy tint. Now, the window tint, I think, is probably the best deal. They charge you $400 for it, but every window in my car is tinted. So here's what that means. I actually have 5 windows on the back of my car that were tinted. So the back glass, the 3/4 panels, then the back windows. And then they put a clear ceramic tint on the front. So I got ceramic tinting on 7 windows for $400, dealer installed, which is actually really, really good. I don't know if you've looked up ceramic tint prices, but that's really good. Not to mention it's backed by the dealer warranty. So if it ripples or it fades or anything like that, I will take it back to the dealer. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Now another thing, like I said, is price of the car. I was telling you the Type R was going to be 50 grand. I mean, however you sliced it, tax license is going to be $50,000, and that's a lot of money. This car was half the price. Half. Now, I know what you're getting with the Type R. You're getting the Mystique, you're getting all of that stuff, and that's great. But to be brutally honest with you, I'd be worried about it. When someone steals your red Honda badges, that's $90. You gonna pony up $90 to put Honda badges back on your car? Because they're gonna get stolen. I would forever worry about someone messing with it. I really will. And I feel like the SI, I don't have to worry about that as much. Now, 2 or 3 years ago, I feel like I probably would have had to worry about that. But because the Type R has came out and the Sport has came out, it's basically made the Type R like this little hidden section of Honda. For a long time, the SI was the hottest car you made in Honda in the Civic category that you can get here in the US, was the the Civic Si. And now, you have the Sport, which really resembles the Type R, and then you have this. I just feel like this is a niche category. So it's not something that I really have to worry about. Plus, I leased this. That's right, I leased it. Why did I lease it? Because once again, it lowered my payments. I am paying literally a third of what I was paying for my Fusion for this Civic. And the freaking car gets 36 miles to the gallon. It's fun to drive, it's comfortable, it looks good, and most of all, it's reliable. So I dig it. It's plenty fun to drive, plenty engaging. If you don't believe me, go drive one. Just try it, because it's such a great car. The gearing is good, the transmission is good. It is a great car to drive, and I'm really happy with my purchase. So I will keep you guys updated on what's going on with the Ford process. I don't know what's going to happen with the freaking thing. I might hear back today. I'm not going to call her, because every time I call her, she just feeds me a line of BS about what else is going on. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the SI. And kind of, if you have questions about the RAV process, let me know. I'll be happy to help you with it. I wish somebody was there to help me with it when I was going through it, because I kind of had to learn as I went. But I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day, and thanks for watching the video.